Tōna koutou no mai haere mai, ki te rangatiro tēnā rupu, no mai haere mai. I hoa mā, tōna koutou. Kunu te ko me te haere ko huahu mai tēnei rā, a hoa ko he tōratua ka kupu kaunu tini ki a koutou. Tōna koutou. Greetings and welcome to this inaugural meeting of the Waitai Coastal-Burwood-Linwood Community Board. You know, it's great to have familiar faces and new faces around the table. One, I want to take the opportunity to thank you for being prepared to serve your community and the contribution you're going to make over the next triennium. And also just to add congratulations on your winning the election. So that's great. What we intend to do is just go through the declarations where each of you will announce your declarations, sign a piece of paper and sign them. Then we'll go on to the election of the chair, and then I can luckily relinquish the table and hand over to that person. So if I just kick off, I might sit down now. I've got through the formalities. Just want to, with the formalities, do we have no apologies? Yes, we have that. And so now I will start calling the people up. It's in alphabetical order. It's not in any other ad selection. So if I just ask Kelly, if you stand up over there, and then we'll go both sides across there. So yeah.
I, Kelly John Ashby Barber, declare that I will faithfully and impartially and according to the best of my skill and judgment execute and perform in the best interest of the Coastal-Burwood-Linwood community the powers, authorities and duties vested in or imposed upon me as a member of the Waitai Coastal-Burwood-Linwood Community Board by virtue of the Local Government Act 2002, the Local Government Official Information and Meetings Act 1987, and or any other act.
Oh no, I hate it. Right, there we go.
So now I ask the list all of us.
Mr. Sullivan, declare that I will faithfully and impartially, and according to the best of my skill and judgment, execute and perform in the best interests of the Coastal-Burwood-Linwood community, the powers, authorities, and duties vested in or imposed upon me as a member of the Waitai Coastal-Burwood-Linwood Community Board by virtue of the Local Government Act 2002, Local Government Official Information and Meetings Act 1987, or any other act.
So Alex Hewson.
I, Alexander Hewson, declare that I will faithfully and impartially, and according to the best of my skill and judgment, execute and perform in the best interests of the Coastal-Burwood-Linwood community the powers, authorities, and duties vested in or imposed upon me as a member of the Waitai Coastal-Burwood-Linwood Community Board by virtue of the Local Government Act 2002, the Local Government Official Information and Meetings Act 1987, or any other act.
Now, thank you.
No, you only do Hanson.
I, Yanni Johansson, declare that I will faithfully and impartially, and according to the best of my skill and judgment, execute and perform in the best interest of the coastal Burwood-Linwood community, the powers, authorities, and duties vested in or imposed upon me as a member of the Waitai Coastal-Burwood-Linwood Community Board by virtue of the Local Government Act 2002, the Local Government Official Information and Meetings Act 1987, or any other act.
I, Paul George McMahon, declare that I will faithfully and impartially and according to the best of my skill and judgment execute and perform in the best interests of the coastal Burwood-Linwood community the powers, authorities, and duties vested in or imposed upon me as a member of the Waitai Coastal-Burwood-Linwood Community Board by virtue of the Local Government Act 2002, Local Government Official Information and Meetings Act 1987, or any other act.
So it's Greg Mitchell.
I, Gregory John Mitchell, declare that I will faithfully and impartially, and according to the best of my skill and judgment, execute and perform in the best interests of the coastal Burwood-Linwood community the powers, authorities, and duties vested in or imposed upon me as a member of the Waitai Coastal-Burwood-Linwood Community Board by virtue of the Local Government Act 2002 and the Local Government Official Information and Meetings Act 1987, or any other act.
Good morning.
Guys, Rachel Money, declare that I will faithfully and impartially and according to the best of my skill and judgment execute and perform in the best interests of the coastal Burwood-Linwood community the powers, authorities, and duties vested in or imposed upon me as a member of the Waitai Coastal-Burwood-Linwood Community Board by virtue of the Local Government Act 2002, the Local Government Official Information and Meetings Act 1987, or any other act. He's off. You're welcome.
There, one there.
Jackie Simons. Support.
I, Jacqueline Simons, declare that I will faithfully and impartially, and according to the best of my skill and judgment, execute and perform in the best interests of the Coastal-Burwood-Linwood community the powers, authorities, and duties vested in or imposed upon me as a member of the Waitai Coastal-Burwood-Linwood Community Board by virtue of the Local Government Act 2002, the Local Government Official Information and Meetings Act 1987, or any other act.
Brilliant.
Ko au, a mahiro Shamila tikine, matutuku nei, ka tutukia hau, ka kupono nei. Ka kaunga, katoa he paiham te tāne o tautahi. I runga I te mana, kua riro mai I a hau, ki me mao te puari, a hapuri, ara o Coastal-Burwood-Linwood, nā te ngā kaupai o te ture kāwanatanga arohe. Rua mano mārua te ture pāmo, hui ngā o kāwanatanga arohe. Ko tahi mano I warau, waru te kaumawhitu, me etahi atu turengi. I, Mahiro Shamila Tipene, declare that I will faithfully and impartially and according to the best of my skill and judgment execute and perform in the best interests of the Coastal-Burwood-Linwood community the powers, authorities and duties vested in or imposed upon me as a member of the Waitai Coastal-Burwood-Linwood Community Board. By virtue of the Local Government Act 2002, the Local Government Official Information and Meetings Act 1987, or any other act.
Kia ora.
So we now move on to the election of the chairperson. The first step here is for actually to determine which voting system you wish to use. And there's a voting system A and a voting system B, which hopefully you're all familiar with.
I move system.
System B, have we got a seconder for that? Great. Any foreshadowing? Great. Okay, we'll put the motion voting system B.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, great. Excellent. So now I will call for nominations for a chairperson. Just noting that each nomination will have a seconder as well.
Hold on, that Paul.
Seconded.
Any other nominations? Well, this should be quite straightforward as well then. So we'll put the vote for Paul McMahon as the chairperson.
Aye.
Great. Okay, great. Now, I skipped this bit last time. I'll get to stop you to now come up and make the declaration. I was so keen to leave the seat that session.
I, Paul George McMahon, declare that I will faithfully and impartially and according to the best of my skill and judgment execute and perform in the best interests of the Coastal-Burwood-Linwood community the powers, authorities and duties vested in or imposed upon me as a chairperson of the Waitai Coastal-Burwood-Linwood Community Board by virtue of the Local Government Act 2002,
Local Government Official Information Meetings Act 1987 or any other act.
It's like I'm showing my mum that I can write.
Yeah.
I spell it wrong.
Yeah, they got his name wrong.
Right, sick. Right. You can see again. I'm back. Well, I've got a few words that I'd like to say. I will invite members to briefly speak after we've done the deputy chairperson as well. So I think we'll do the election of deputy chairperson first. So firstly, very brief thank you, and I'll get to the rest. So moving on to election of deputy chairperson, item number 5. So we're using the same voting system as before. Option B. So nominations for deputy chairperson.
Nominate Jackie Simons.
Jackie Simons nominated by Yanni and seconded by Alex. Right, do we have any other nominations? All right, well, there being no other nominations, I declare Jackie Simons to be duly elected deputy chairperson of the Waitai Community. So we'll invite members to now I know that we're all politicians and we all like to make a speech, but I just invite members after I've said a few words if you want to say a few words. So you know, a minute or something. That's not right. That's an election speech. What's that doing in there?
Are you not talking now?
That's already happened.
Oh,
It started.
No, no, it's okay.
yeah, you timed it up.
So yeah, thank you. I really do appreciate the unanimous of my colleagues for another term. It does mean a lot to have your confidence, and I also want to give a special thanks to Jackie, deputy chairperson, for being such a reliable and loyal deputy who I know will always be willing to help. Always have my back. Great to have you in the seat again, and a special welcome to Mick Rose and to Kim. I hope you enjoy being part of this board as we will have. And looking back, I think we can feel really proud about the last term. It was a good one, and not because everything was easy, but because we worked well together constructively and saw common ground where it could be found. And there we can look back and look at times where we didn't do that as well as we might have thought. But I know that everybody is thinking about how we can do an even better job. So that's great. And local democracy isn't just about elections, as you know. It's an ongoing partnership between us politicians, and we all are all politicians, despite what people might think, and civil servants and the community that we have served. It's something that we all do together. And we've made progress on lots of big fronts, big issues we've advocated for, like the wastewater treatment plant, the organics processing plant, Estuary Edge, and Pages Road Bridge, and longer term strategic changes like Raranga Te Rāwhiti and community development approach to tsunami evacuation. And we've also got local projects like Marine Parade, Brighton Mall, Aran Mysteries for People, and the Wilson Village Alcohol Ban. And one thing they really valued is that we've mostly managed to disagree well. It's not a small thing in a world that seems to be more polarised day by day. It actually matters how we handle disagreement. We've shown that you can see things differently, and you can have strong views, and that we can still treat each other decently and keep working towards shared goals. And that's something I would like us to keep holding on to, that sense that we're all here to serve our communities, even when we don't all see the same path in the same way. So I hope that can continue. that requires all of us to be committed to that. So thank you again. Thanks for your support. Thank you to all the friends and whānau and supporters who joined us here today. And yeah, thank you, colleagues, for your good faith and your commitment to this place we care about, the East. So, kia ora koutou. So now I'd like to invite Deputy Chair Julie Simons if she wants to say anything.
I might just stand up. I feel more comfortable speaking, standing. Thank you, Paul, and congratulations. Can't think of a better position for you, actually. Being an elected member is a position of privilege, and I'm always very aware of just how privileged I am to be able to represent my community around this table. I'm very humbled by the people who voted me in again for a third term. I love the East. I love Linwood Ward and where I work, where my foundations are, where my people are, and I just hope that I can do everything to make their lives easier, to actually make the board cohesive and moving forward. Also very proud to stand with the people at this table, because I know how well we worked together last term and just how beneficial it was that we could communicate in the way that Paul said and we got things done. And welcome to Kim and to Mickey Rose, because we've got a lot of work to do and we're going to continue to get things done in Waitai. Thank you.
Move around the table. I'll let you go last, Ben, if you like. So we'll go to Kevin and come back around.
Thank you. I didn't actually prepare anything, but I just concur with Jackie and with you, Paul, and congratulations to both of you. It's a real privilege to be here, and also a privilege to be working with all of you here at this table. It's been such a privilege to work with my community over the last, I won't tell you how old I am, but a very long time. So here we are again, and it's a real privilege. So I thank you. It's a slightly different position for me, which I will really enjoy. It's lovely to have my family here, or some of my family here to support, and staff. It's nice to see you again too. Some of you here have been around for quite some time, so it's lovely to see you all again. Somebody behind the screen there. But I look forward to working with you all, and I think it's going to be a really, really good, productive 3 years. So thank you very much.
Very good.
Yeah, like Kim, I prepared nothing, but it's really exciting to be back. I really enjoyed my last 3 years on the board, and I learned a lot about process and how we can make change as a community. And as Paul and Jackie have said, as a group, we worked well to progress a common goal, and that drive and direction together as a unit made a big difference, partly through the elected members, but massively through the staff of our board. So the staff of our board, they really make things tick behind the scenes, and they do a huge job and make life so much easier for the elected members. So thank you to them, and look forward to just trucking on the good job again, and hopefully making sure that the people that voted for me, to make them proud and make them realise their vote actually counted for something, and keep an honest face on the situation. Thanks.
Kia ora tātou. Kia ora tātou. Ka araki te moanga, ko a takaro te awa, no o tate hei a hou. Ko ia Hinton taku whanau, ko Yanni taku inga. I just want to start off by acknowledging Naito Pere and the mana whenua. As people have said, it's a real privilege to be standing as an elected representative on this community board for the community. And I just want to start off by acknowledging all the successful candidates, so my colleagues around the table today, but also the people that put their hands forward for the election as well, the unsuccessful candidates that put their names forward, stood in the election. I think it's really important to acknowledge that in a democracy, we are able to have a contest of ideas and put ourselves forward. So thank you to everyone that participated in the election. I do look forward to building on the progress of the work that has been started, but not yet complete. And this includes increased investment in fixing the roads in the east of the city, removing chlorine from our drinking water, moving the organics plant, replacing the wastewater trickling filters, improved land use planning on industrial and intensification areas, and finding more affordable and sustainable ways of doing things as a city without losing local control of our strategic assets. And finally, we need to address homelessness and housing affordability, because we are seeing unfortunately a gap growing in our city. I think we're privileged to work on behalf of our communities to try and make Christchurch a better place to live for those and also for those who visit. Putting people at the heart of how we do things is just as important as the things that we do. So I just want to be really clear that we need to bridge the divide that's occurring in our society. And the way we do that is by bringing people together rather than by tearing things apart. So just wanted to say it's really important that we listen to our local community and that we start our planning processes at the beginning of projects, not halfway through. We all get better outcomes when we're open, transparent, and collaborative. And I look forward to working with you all to improve the things that we need to do in our local area. Thank you.
Yeah, look, I didn't prepare anything either. I'll keep it short and sweet. I just want to acknowledge, first of all, Kim and I probably had a shorter campaign than most, but it is a real privilege to be sitting here around this table, continuing to build on the hard work that we've delivered for our community, and bringing the median board age down by a significant amount. But no, look, I look forward to continuing to work with you all. Welcome, Kim, welcome Mihi Rose, and thank you to staff. Look forward to seeing what we can do together. Yes.
Also, thank you, everyone. It's a privilege to be here today, and welcome to the new members. Mihi Rose, great to meet you for the first time, and Kim, welcome back. It'd be great to have your experience, bringing that sort of sense of continuity to the board. And also, it's great to see everyone else back. I think we're in a really lucky position in that we have built strong relationships through the last term, and I look forward to working with everybody and continuing to deliver for our communities. I also want to acknowledge the fact that I had a huge amount of support through the last term, and I think working alongside staff has been, a real privilege as well. As Greg has acknowledged, they're the real engine that makes our job possible, and also people working with the community has been a real privilege. I just want to touch on a couple of things. I think that we've achieved a huge amount over the last term. I think we can say that, and there's a huge amount left to do. I feel like in the coastal work in particular, there's a lot of work that I look forward to collaborating with the board on, and making sure that this term is about delivery, because I know the community's been waiting a long time for certain projects to be sort of put across the line. I think as well we need to look ahead. So we've got big challenges we have to face. So I'm looking forward to us all developing a board plan and being quite strategic about where we put our priorities. So looking at transport, housing, and making sure we tackle growth as a city. So I think that's going to take a real coordinated approach, making sure that everybody has access to safe transport, housing, choice. And we also have to look at things like sustainable tourism. So we've got challenges here. We want to welcome people to the area, but we need to make sure that doesn't have impacts on our local communities. And finally, we need to look at things like emergency response planning. We have some really big challenges in this space. And I think that we have to make sure that at the heart of everything we do, we look and hear from communities. So I just want to conclude by saying good decisions start with good conversations. So I look forward to us all having good conversations. I look forward to getting out of the community and hearing back from members of the community on what they would like us to focus on. I know that we get the best results when we work with people directly and with each other and the people that know their communities best. So to everybody, thanks so much for putting yourself out there. I know this is not the easiest job. Welcome to the new board members, and thanks to staff. I look forward to working with everybody, and I'm honoured to serve the Coastal Ward, so thanks very much.
First I'd just like to thank the people at the Burwood Ward who put their faith and trust in me as I seek to serve the community. It is, people say, or it sounds kind of corny, but it actually is a real privilege to actually serve people and to move them up the spectrum from dissatisfaction to somewhere higher up. Paul, congratulations. Really glad to have you as chair again. I thought you did a fantastic job last term, particularly when you presented to council, and Jackie, you were wonderful support for him, so pleased to see you back again in that role. Mihi Rose and Kim, welcome. I'm sure you will be wonderful representatives for your area and for our wider community. It is quite cool that we have three recent chairs from the board. Kim was chair a few years ago, I was, and Paul has. So obviously people love to serve their community. It's great to see the rest of you back. Alex, you didn't have to do too much work, but you obviously earned it. And I'm looking forward to working with all my colleagues, particularly my council colleagues around the table. We get on well and work together well. Disagree on a little bit. Also want to mention the staff. I think we have a fantastic staff team. They do the lion's share of the work and we make these decisions. Very, very ably led by the wonderful Chris Turner. We're very lucky to have someone of Chris's calibre leading our board, and Cindy, who's the muscle behind it. Very direct and very good. Got to have people like that. The Burwood board, I was reflecting on the Burwood board and how far it's come and how much is still to be done. The Burwood board comprises a lot of the red zone, and we're going to see a lot of changes there in the future. There's a number of community organisations that do tremendous work. I think particularly of Actus in Aranui. A lot of the good work that goes on in that community is done through Actus. They're so connected. I love the way they spend time with young people. And when I asked them why, they said they're building relationships for the future so they can speak into their lives when they're teenagers. That's really intelligent and a smart operation. I also am really impressed with how we have seen a lot of sort of step change in the New Brighton and Linwood boards in the last term. If you think about where we were sort of 6 years ago and 3 years ago, there is so much positive stuff happening, particularly in New Brighton, with the green down the road and then the bridge, and hopefully we can get these cycleways into town. And when we see the city to sea pathway open, I think it's going to really regenerate the area. So I'm excited to be back, pleased to be working with this group. I think we function pretty well together, and I think we'll do so in the future. So thank you very much.
First time pressing the button. So, kia everybody, mihi mahana kia koutou, ko no mai ahau, maofu kim. So, thank you everybody for such a warm welcome to not only myself, but Kim, even though she's returning. So I guess I'm the freshest and newest on the scene, but I think just wanted to thank all of you for being open and welcoming, but also excited to learn from all of you, not only my fellow peers on the board, but also the staff. They've been really great with high comms from the day I signed into this thing and received all the emails. But I'm a person who loves process and I'm excited to, I guess, learn, but also share my own worldviews and perspective with all of you to come in 3 years ahead. So we better get well acquainted. So I'm going to keep this short and sweet. But thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. So now we move to item number 6, which is the explanation of statutory requirements, which all that requires is we take the report as read. So we want a mover and a seconder. So would someone like to move the staff recommendation? Jackie, seconded by, I think it was Celeste. Celeste. Any discussion? No, all those in favour say aye. Aye. Against, carried. And item number 7 is the date of the first ordinary meeting. So after a mover and seconded to resolve the first ordinary meeting on the community board to be held on Monday, the 8th of December 2025 at 4:30 p.m. Moved by Jackie, seconded by Greg. Yeah, they were louder. Any discussion? No. Well, all those in favour say aye. Aye. Against, carried. So now that's the end of our meeting. We just have our karakia, if I can move to it. If you'd like to join them. Yeah, it's in here. So only here. Ia wātia, ia mama, te tākau, te tina, te wairua, te ara tāpata, oi ara, ia ronga, whakairea, ahi ki runga, ia tina, hui e, tai. Thank you, everyone.